Hello Scorpio, this is going to be your January 2020 reading. We're going to get a few cards here to see what your January is going to look like, as we do have a eclipse happening on January 10th, and it's going to be a little bit rough for some people, more so than others, as truths will be revealed and some harsh realities will kind of surface. So I will get an advice card at the end of this reading for that eclipse and see if we can get some advice for it. Alright, you also had a big card flop out here. Temperance as one of your first cards. Let's see what else we're going to get here. Ooh, you also got the Devil, so two major arcanas right off the bat. Alright, Eight of Swords. Oh, that is right side up. Nice, and the Ten of Wands. So that's going to definitely signify an ending of sorts. Now let's start here with this Temperance card that wanted to come out. Temperance is going to be all about balance. And whenever we're going to get the Temperance card, it's going to ask us to really look at our path, assess our needs, assess our desires, and determine where there needs to be some balance. Determine where there needs to be trust. Determine where maybe there needs to be some healing. You know, this is almost like a pinnacle point of determining where you need to go from here. And January kind of does that to everybody, right? Because we have our New Year's resolutions and all that good stuff coming. But this is also talking about moderation. So making sure that you don't overdo anything. You know, too much of anything can be bad for us. So not only is there a balance, but it's all about moderation. So definitely make sure you're not overindulging or underindulging in things that you need and want in your life. Now you also got the Devil card. The Devil card is going to say you might be chained to something. So this overindulgence may definitely be linked to this chaining of sorts, because whenever we get the Devil, it's like we recognize what is chaining us, and then it's up to us and our decisions to move out of that kind of a lifestyle. You know, some of us will stay in this kind of a situation for years before we break out of it. But for you, especially Scorpio, you're being, you know, guided to say that this might be your month. This might be your month to get rid of anything that's not really serving its purpose for you anymore. You know, when we start the Devil, you know, before it becomes the Devil, it is something that we enjoy. It was an ace at one point. It was an opportunity, something that was, you know, desirable. But the temptation now has overstayed its welcome. It's like you've been in this too long. It's already ended, and yet you're still there. So whether that's a relationship, a job, the way that you live your life, you know, maybe, you know, if you have any addiction issues, this would be like that overindulgence and stuck to something. That could definitely be that, you know, and we can be addicted to a lot of things in our lives. Shoot, I'm addicted to chocolate. So overindulging and being, you know, chained to this chocolate is definitely something that could hurt me in the future, right? So being aware of that in January is going to be important for you, Scorpio. Now you have this Eight of Swords coming up, which is also validating these cards, right? Because as you can see in this card, the figure is chained up. Both figures are chained up to the Devil. And here it's like chained again, you know, and blindfolded even. And sometimes when we get the Eighth, it's saying we need to have a little bit more mental strength. Okay, this mental strength is going to help you get through this month and help you really set yourself onto new slates come February. And this 8 is definitely all about that communication that might not be so healthy for us. Some of the thoughts and interactions that we have may not be so healthy for us, and recognizing it. You know, definitely taking a moment in January to see what it is that you might be engaging in and what your role is in some of the activities that are harming you rather than serving your path. And you'll definitely have an ending of sorts. So, you know, the full moon eclipse coming up, that's going to be a huge ending for everybody. And it seems like you will be experiencing that as well, Scorpio. This is going to be the Ten of Wands, and that's like a burden ending. You know, here's that burden. And it's like you're going to realize and get that clarity and move on through. You know, it's going to be that dead bird. No longer there, not working, but it's a good kind of ending, because then you get to move into a new ace, a new desire, a new way of working and going towards your future. Huge stuff here. Let's get some clarifying cards and see if we can wrap this up. And then I will pull one of those moon cards to get some advice for that eclipse. You know, it may seem a little rough as you're going to be doing a lot of self-realization in January. Realizing what it is that you need for yourself. Seems like that's going to be the big key theme for January for you, Scorpio. It's good stuff though. Whenever we have realization, self-realization, we can move forward. We can really start to do and engage and be in a lifestyle that's appropriate and what we want. That's how we get that joy. Alright, let's see what we have to clarify these. Whoop, there's one. Wanted to pop right out. So yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, definitely an ending happening. And then you have the Magician and that Five of Swords. Alright. Definitely a little bit more clearer here because as you can see with this Devil and this moderation of Temperance and the Devil here of new things coming, realization that things need to change, you have this ending. And with this ending is going to come some luck. You're actually going to get a little bit of a gift from the universe for going through this chapter and this phase in your life. However, it is definitely over. The wheel is spinning, you know. Whenever we get an eclipse, we're going to have some serious divine interventions, and that might be happening for you in January where, you know, the moderation and the unchaining is going to be forced. You know, that wheel's going to churn and some things are going to fall off and other things are going to hang on for the ride. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for each Scorpio. Obviously it'll be different for everybody. Check out your yearly reading that I posted. That might also give a little bit more clarity. Now in the middle of this reading, the heart of the reading, you get the Magician. And the Magician is coming up between the Devil and this mental breakdown, essentially, is what this can be at a higher level. And when we get that, it's like to remind us, hey, you have everything you need to move forward through this problem, this situation, this experience, this new beginning that's going to come from all these endings. You know, you have everything you need. This is like the ace of all aces. And you always get that after tens. You have a 10 here and a 10 here. And so you definitely have something starting. And it's saying that the wisdom that you have gained and the knowledge from the past cycle is going to now serve you as you move into something else. Here's all these tools embellished with your knowledge. Now you do have the Five of Swords coming up. And the fives are kind of like chaos, okay? Sometimes they can come through as a little bump in the road, and this one's there to ask you what you believe in, Scorpio. What is it that you believe in the way that you communicate, the way that you interact with people with your words, the way that you talk to yourself? Are you serving yourself? Are you serving others? Are you being fair? You know, if you really look at this picture, it says a lot of things. You know, yes, this person has lots of swords, but was it right? You know, is there balance there? This is where moderation definitely comes into play, because this card here is the opposite of moderation. So defining that and refining that for you in January is going to be pretty important, Scorpio, as you have an ending coming through. You're going to have an opportunity to go about this a little bit differently. Okay, let's get some advice. Looks like there's just going to be a lot of clarity, and as it's been told, truths will be revealed. You know, those swords are truths. Here's a bunch of truths. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out for every Scorpio out there. It could be in a job, a relationship, a creative endeavor, the way we treat ourselves. You know, these will play out differently for every Scorpio, but the bottom line will still be there. All right, let's get some advice for January 10th, full moon lunar eclipse. It'll be one of our rougher eclipses of the year, so get us on track right at the smack dab beginning of the year. Oops, we had a card explosion here. Let's try that again. Burst of energy. Now I am keeping these readings a little bit short to respect everybody's time and my own and my family, as new things are popping with me. So awesome stuff happening, and I definitely want to see how this works for everybody. So if it works for you, let me know in the comments. If it's better, not better, the same. All right, what do you need to release? So that's a huge advice card for you, as this devil is asking you that same question. What do you need to unchain from? Where's the moderation? Where's the balance? You know, what can you release around this full moon time? So that's going to be your best advice. All right, that is your reading for January. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please, please, please subscribe. It helps me out bunches. And if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to get notified of when I am posting, not you, when I'm posting again, hit that bell button. So I will see you guys all in February. Hope you had an awesome New Year.